The Pool Guy Podcast Show. The Pool Guy Podcast Show. The Pool Guy Podcast Show. Yeah!
Hi, and welcome to the Pool Guy Podcast Show. In this episode, I'll be joined by Jordan Thiessen, and he's the creator and founder of the Cyclone Filter Cleaning System. And this is a tool designed to make your cartridge filter cleaning quick and easy, and it's going to save you on your back, and it's going to save you a lot of time out there on your route. So Jordan's going to go over all the details of this particular product for you. Pool Service Pro, open a Leslie's wholesale account today and receive wholesale pricing on products you use every day. Leslie's Pool Supply offers convenient locations that are open 7 days a week. Another great benefit of opening a Leslie's wholesale account is Leslie's referral program. Get referred to a customer looking for weekly pool service. Save time and money and grow your pool service route and become a Leslie's Pro. So I'm joined by Jordan Thiessen. He's the founder of Cyclone Filter Tools. How are you doing today, Jordan?
I'm doing real well, thank you.
So let's talk about the invention that you made for the industry that is quite revolutionary and it's picking up a lot of traction right now. And let's just start briefly your experience in the industry. You have a pool service company yourself?
Yes, I do. I've been cleaning in the industry for about the past 13 years.
And so while you're out there, I'm sure you're thinking like me of, things that are frustrating and you get ideas. So how did you come up with the idea of the Cyclone filter cleaner?
Well, that's exactly right. And, at the time, I was real inspired by what I was learning about tools that were really helping the industry. Listening to, your podcast, pretty long time listener, and you introduced me to, Primate poles and Riptide vacuums. And once I started using products like that, I knew that investing in those was the right thing to do for my business to make it, enjoyable long term. So kind of having that mentality, I was kind of on the lookout for something to make every part of the job efficient. And I was cleaning a small spa filter at the time, and I rested it on the ground and started hosing it off with a spray nozzle, and it, lo and behold, started to spin in my hand. And I was able to just kind of go from the top to the bottom, cleaning it out while it spun. And I thought, this is brilliant. If we could do this for a full-size filter, have it spin as you clean it, then I no longer have to go back and forth in between each pleat. I can just hold the nozzle steady and go from the top to the bottom till the job's done. And that became my mission, how to figure out how to make that work from that point on.
Yeah, so why don't we describe the product? I know this is a podcast, so it's not something that we can show them the product, but give it the best shot at describing what exactly the Cyclone filter cleaner looks like and how does it operate, and how would you use it to help you clean a cartridge filter more effectively?
Sure. So these cartridge filters, they can be pretty tall. The tallest ones are about 33 inches tall. And if you spray it with a hose, it's either going to fall over or you have to hold on to it with one hand. So there's a stand that you're able to put the filter down over onto the stand to where now you don't have to hold it up. It's supported. And it comes to rest on a retainer that has a stainless steel ball bearing embedded on the bottom of it. And this allows the filter to rest on this retainer and spin freely. And then there is another retainer that secures the top of it and centers the filter on around a rod. And so we also include an extension spray nozzle that you hook up to your garden hose. And now when you spray this filter with water, it will spin as you're spraying it. You have full control over the speed at which it sprays, depending on where you direct the spray. And you can cut your time in half by spraying this. You don't have to bend over. If you do it at a nice steady pace, the filter is not going to wobble or anything, and it doesn't sling water back on the operator. So you're able to do this dirty job without getting yourself completely dirty. You can go about the rest of your day and still look presentable for the rest of your customers.
Yes, and is it compatible with all the cartridge filters out there?
Yeah, it is the kit comes compatible to clean quad filters, which they almost all have a 3-inch center hole, and so if all you clean are quad filters, then the Cyclone filter cleaning system will work with those. And then there are other types that have a 4-inch hole in the center or a 6-inch hole. They're referred to as single bullet style filters, real popular in Florida. We have a set of adapters that they nest onto our other adapter on the bottom, and they allow you to clean these larger filters as well. So between those two pieces there, we are able to clean just about every pool filter out there.
And what kind of feedback have you gotten from the pool pros that are using the product?
It's been almost exclusively positive. There's guys that one guy said, "I cannot believe I'm saying this, but you actually made filter cleaning fun." And, something that was his most dreaded job that he just hated to do. And, how can you transform that into, okay, actually being fun? He was just beside himself. And now he, doesn't mind cleaning them. He looks forward to cleaning cartridges. There's guys that they're cleaning 10 or 11 cartridges in a day. Now that's still, make no mistake, that's still a lot of work. But at the end of the day, they haven't been bending over all day, and their back is not killing them. And it really does, speed it up. If anything, it can make the job a little bit monotonous, because you got this thing spinning around all the time. Kind of just, you got to put a David Brandon Front podcast on to listen to it while you're cleaning it. Yeah, guys are really loving the time savings and not killing their back, and just making it a more enjoyable job.
So there's one that I've seen on Amazon that you put the cartridge in there, and it kind of has a hose that kind of shoots water through there. And I don't know, your product, I've used it, of course, and I find it highly effective. Are you finding that the pool pros who have tried different methods are finding yours the most effective?
Yes, most guys have tried, the different things that are out there. They've tried things, and this is something that actually works for them. Some of the skepticism comes around that they think that it's going to sling water on them, and that's very avoidable. You just don't spin it too fast. And they also think that it might not get deep into the pleats, that it's just going to be a superficial clean, just kind of get the outside. And that is not the case either, really, because the spray, if you direct it at a slow speed, you just spray it at the center of the filter, just off center, and it's a fan tip spray that gets deep into the pleat and flushes the water out. You do that at a 45 degree angle downward, and it really flushes all the debris out. And I know I show it on videos, and I'm not doing any camera tricks, I promise. And the pleats are completely cleaned of all debris. Now, you still might need to do a degreasing, like if you got a lot of oils on your filter, but that's regardless of the method that you're flushing it out, you'd still have to do that. But yeah, people really pleased with not only like the speed, but also how clean they're getting the filters.
And I think I did a video recently when I was cleaning the Aquastar pipeline cartridge. It was a pretty large cartridge, and I I believe I was timing that, and I'm trying to remember how long the segment was with the Cyclone, but I think it was about 3 minutes to clean that gigantic filter that they have in that filter. So the speed of the cleaning, I mean, I'm sure you're getting a lot of feedback that is speeding up the days out there for the pool pros.
Oh yeah, and that comes down to each person how OCD they are. Um, if they're just trying to get it maybe 80% clean, you could clean some filters in about a minute and get about 80% clean. If that's good enough for you, then you're going to be saving a lot of time. For the people that are a little more detail oriented, really want it clean, you might make a second pass you might spin it in both directions and really go over it and inspect the pleats, and it's going to be super clean. But those people are saving time as well. Um, just imagine going over with a regular nozzle, pleat by pleat. They might have been spending 15 minutes per cartridge. Those people that are really detail oriented, and now they're getting them clean about maybe 4 minutes per.
And as you get older, like myself, and that's one reason why I like the Primate pole because it's so light, and tools like the Riptide, I'm not, using my leaf rake on the bottom, picking up 10 pounds of debris. And you mentioned it helps people with their back when they're bending over. I think this is one of the biggest issues with cartridge filter cleaning, especially when you're doing like 4 or 5 quad filters a day, which I do when I do my filter cleanings. And you do feel that lower back starting to get sore because you are in an awkward position. Like you said, you're holding on to the cartridge, doesn't fall over. And then you're kind of leaning over, probably not in a great position. If you talk to a chiropractor, I'm sure he would not like the position you're in while you're cleaning that filter. So just highlight one more time how this saves your back. And I know that you mentioned it a little bit at the beginning, but let's go into a little bit of detail of how this can help alleviate that back pain that a lot of us feel out there.
Well, traditionally, if you're cleaning with a standard hose, this is definitely a two-handed operation. You're hanging on to the filter with one hand while you spray it with the other. Or, you might be leaning it up against a wall, and then you're kind of far away from the filter. You're really not getting it that clean. But if you're really trying to flush it out, then you're holding on with one hand and spraying out with the other, bent over for, maybe close to an hour for that filter if you're really trying to get it cleaned out, detailed. And yeah, you're right. That's not a good position to be in with your back. Even just after cleaning one, it would hurt my back, and I'm not that old. So I can only imagine for people who have any kind of back problem, um, it's almost something that they can't, it's almost a part of the business they can't do. And so the Cyclone it becomes like a one-handed operation. You could just stand up straight, completely straight, and just go from top to bottom with your extension wand, and there's really no strain on your back. That's kind of just on you at that point to keep good posture.
And I think it looks really professional when someone's watching. I had a customer come out when I was using it, and they were really impressed with it. I mean, first of all, when the customer sees how dirty their cartridges are, that's shocking when they see inside their filter. It happens all the time when I take the top off and the customer's standing there and they're like, wow, that's all in that filter. And then when you're cleaning it with the Cyclone and they see all the dirt coming off of there, I think it just makes you look, and this is one reason why I like Pro Tools, it makes you look more professional while you're out there working instead of like leaning over and spraying it and it's getting all over the place. The image of the pro having a tool like this, I think, is also essential.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's kind of like perception is reality, and if you're down in there in the muck and the dirt, it's not not a great look. And we want to raise the industry up. We're always talking about that, and it does start with just how we present ourselves. It's like I'm not willing to do that, that kind of job where it's going to get me looking terrible. It goes a long way toward just, eliminating that part of this job.
And you want to go over what comes in the kit when someone buys it?
Sure, it comes like we said, ready to clean quad filters. It comes with the stand that it has a folding. It's an aluminum stand that has a folding tripod legs that can snap into place. So it's great for travel and ease of moving. Keep it in your truck. And it also comes with the retainers for the quad filters with the stainless steel ball bearing. It comes with an extension wand. It's a PVC. It's furniture grade PVC, so it's more shatter resistant. And it has a brass fan tip nozzle on the end, which in testing, I tested a lot of different nozzles. I found the fan tip to be the best because it cuts through in between the pleats. And really, it's the right amount of angle on this nozzle, so it still delivers a lot of force. And the PVC is 3/4 inch PVC, so it doesn't reduce the flow very much. It keeps high flow and good pressure. So even when you have really poor water pressure, you find that you have a little bit better water pressure when you're using this spray wand that we developed. And it has a little on and off switch as well, which is real handy for turning it off in between when you're changing your cartridges. And the adapters, they're sold separately, but we have a package where you put them together and you save a little bit of money on it.
Great. And I think you have a bag also that's available to carry everything in.
Yes, we have developed a bag, and currently it's not on our website. You can definitely email me at Jordan@Cyclone Filter Tools and get on my waiting list, and I can get you a sample of the bag if you're really interested in that. And yeah, it's a pro bag that has space for the Cyclone and the wand. It's got a big pocket for for tools that you use to disassemble filters with, and it's got an area for sockets if you like to use impact driver to take the filters apart. It just adds a whole nother level of efficiency to your whole process.
Yeah, so where can someone go to learn more about it and and to order the product?
You can go to cyclonefiltertools.com. We've got a lot of videos on there that show it being used. There's a tutorial video on there as well that shows the recommended way of how to use it, how to hold the wand and all that, so you don't get messy.
Great. Well, thanks for sharing about your product, and I know that it's a great tool and a great way for the pro out there to speed up their day. To physically, it really helps alleviate a lot of the back pain, and it just makes you look, of course, like a pro cleaning a filter. It's a tool that is going to optically make you look better, keep you clean. Like you said, you're not going to get the muddy filter spray all over you. And I think it's something that is going to help the industry because, filter cleaning is a real chore and no one likes doing it. And you mentioned someone said it's fun now, and it is pretty cool to see that thing spinning. And I did a couple things where I try to get it as fast as I can get it just for fun. And that thing can really, really rock it, that cartridge. So we appreciate your contribution to the industry to make it better.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. That is the goal, to bring the best tools to the industry. As a thank you to the listeners, we'd also like to offer a special discount code if you're interested in trying the Cyclone. You can, for the month of March, if you enter code DVB Cyclone 15, you can save an additional 15% off of the order, and it does come with free shipping. So you'd be able to pick up a Cyclone for $265 and be a good savings to you. And that's DVB Cyclone 15 if you're interested in trying it out.
Yeah, awesome. And you're going to stick around for another segment. We're going to go over some truths and myth about the cartridge filter. So you don't want to miss that one either. So thank you again. And we're going to continue here with another segment for a different podcast.
Thank you.
And so I hope you found this podcast helpful. And if you're interested in the Cyclone filter cleaning system, again, you go to their website, which is cyclonefiltertools.com. Again, that's cyclonefiltertools.com. And you can definitely check that product out there. And if you're interested in other podcasts that I've recorded, you can find those on my website. On the banner, just click on the podcast icon. That'll take you to a drop-down menu of other podcasts I recorded. And if you're interested in my coaching program, you can learn more at poolguycoaching.com. Thanks for listening to this podcast. Have a great rest of your week, and God bless. Pool Service Pro. Open a Leslie's wholesale account today and receive wholesale pricing on products you use every day. Leslie's Pool Supply offers convenient locations that are open 7 days a week. Another great benefit of opening a Leslie's wholesale account is Leslie's referral program. Get referred to a customer looking for weekly pool service. Save time and money and grow your pool service route and become a Leslie's Pro.